Just off Lakeshore Drive, nestled next to Lake Michigan. That's where you find historic Soldier Field in the great city of Chicago, Illinois. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Lock in.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. He's got a first down past the 30. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. Now a give right side. It's Hubbard. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? Five or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Room to run inside the 40. Touchdown, Chicago! Tariq Cohen, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they score in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Stafford. Screenplay, Johnson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Faking the give to Johnson, now it's Stafford. And they're not able to hook up there, incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away as we just saw there.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
This is fielded inside the 5. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
It feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
On first down, they go right back to Cohen. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
40 down. 40's the mic. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. 40's the... Hey, alert. 80 weapon. Out. Check 13.
Again on second and 10, it's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. And it may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
If they open things up, let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it first and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Flush to his right. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check 24, check 24. Alert! Pick the edge. Come. Jim. Too many hands.
play action. Here's Stafford. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Taywan Taylor, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
Sometimes when I see these types of plays executed, I think of basketball. Guys boxing other guys off to go out and get a rebound.
And he got the rebound right there, but the defense was really placed well.
Yeah, they were right there. I mean, that's where it's really tough for a defender. When you're in the right spot, you're draped on the guy catching the ball, yet he still comes down with it.
Extra point good by Catanzaro, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. He's going to look deep for Perriman. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Chicago. Rashawn Perriman, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bears have taken the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down.
And middle. 56 to Mike. 59. It's our field. It's our. Hey, seam 6.
Stafford on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And his pass incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Oh, yeah. Here we go again. Monday.
Throwing again. Stafford. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kenny Golladay, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time, the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. They'll run on second down with Cohen. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. On 3rd down, Trubisky. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now Brown. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Lions will take over.
At their own 44-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 3 down. 3 down. Hey, check. 22. Check. Check.
Johnson on the counter. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Your game up. Easy alert. 31's the mic. Yeah. Shift. Switch.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On second down, it's Cohen. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
It's now 3rd and 10.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got alert, 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 alert.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, he nearly picked it. Maybe daylight in front of him if he could have held on. Instead, second down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
To throw again on second down. Stafford. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. A first down carry here for Johnson. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season.
Crunch time, defense. Hey, Delta. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. 31.
From the 24, Stafford. That's taken in by Callaway. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Now a first down throw. Stafford. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it up, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one.
And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence? And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head and walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play? In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Eluding the pressure right. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And an alley run! And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
58, come on. 58, come on.
So they will go for it. Stafford, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. On 1st down, Trubisky. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. An 18-yard touchdown grab as the Bears push further out in front.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook, but even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 38. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. But I believe the Lion was there to recover it. Yes, they will indeed keep possession. Well, call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Well, this is Callaway on the receiving end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now Stafford. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. There, they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Stafford looks to throw again. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. On first down, it's Stafford. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old-school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
That's going to be caught. 4 catches now on this drive alone. They can't stop him. It's another first down.
250. Right there, 56. Stay 50, stay 50. Alert! You better be afraid of me. Hey, watch it.
To the air again, Stafford. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Khalil Mack giving him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Hey, Roy.
2nd down and goal. Stafford. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
I got one.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Chicago. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky as the Bears push further out in front. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? To throw on 2nd and 10, Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Danielle Hunter. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Completes this to Cataway over on the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Now Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. Going deep here for Taylor. And now here is another interception. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert! 53 at the mic. Hey, alert, alert! Alert, alert! Watch the run! Hey,
from the 30 on 2nd down, Trubisky. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Stafford. And my goodness, another interception. He's picked off at his own 47. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Akeem Hicks in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Oh, he fakes the spot. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Khalil Mack. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Throwing is Stafford. Screen play, Johnson. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Lions go for it on 4th. It's Stafford. Well, going deep here for Taylor. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 44. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still...
Team can come back.
Extend it. Have some fun. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That good for 19 and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Geno Atkins gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Throwing on second and long. Trubisky. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Here's McSorley now, third and long. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Orbit. 58's the mark.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Bring it. Bring it.
Operating from the gun. Love. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he's got this down to the 35. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 35. On first and 10. Love. Now a desperation throw deep down. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Let's go, B, let's go. Hey, let's get there. Mike 56, Mike 56.
From the gun, Love. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Ready? 25 to Mike. Watch the pass. Check 43. 36.
First down, a run with Cohen. And some space here. The try. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now a give right side. It's Hubbard. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of work to do coming up. 3rd and 14.
Good job. 18. Coming after you.
Now Trubisky to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. The kick by Maher is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And the Lions are able to cover this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Love. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Agnew. There he goes right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
Extra point by Maher, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Now Trubisky will lead the Bears up to go for 2.
18.
Now it's Trubisky. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Get it? They did. Chicago football. Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and you onside kick it with a lead. They got it. I mean, it worked, but interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.